Hello and welcome to Will Watches. This is Mary and Max. So, Memoir of a Snail released relatively recently, and this is directed by the same person. Adam Elliott is a director, animator, and I wanted to familiarise myself with his work. I thought I'd watch this first, and then in a few weeks we'll do Memoir of a Snail as well. I know this is claymation, very cool, and it's supposedly quite depressing. I've seen that it's mostly in black and white, but apart from that, that's all I know. So before we jump into this, be sure to check out the Patreon page. Over there you can find a full-length timer-based version of this reaction. You can also find polls so you can vote for what's next, and early access. So yeah, let's just jump right in. Oh, okay, based on a true story. I feel like I've heard that before. People might have used it from this, yeah. Tidy Town, Mount Waverley. Yeah, it's not quite black and white, but it's very sepia. I do like the handwritten font they've gone for. Cool piece of design. You can really see the handcraftedness of it. They all just look like, yeah, little miniature objects people have made. This song, the piano, it feels quite positive, more positive than I was expected, but then you've got quite a somber violin in the background there.
Mary Dinkle's eyes were the colour of muddy puddles. Her birthmark, the colour of poo.
Okay.
Mary wished she had a friend to play piggybacks with.
Yeah, that's what they're doing, playing piggyback.
Shells, gum nuts, pom-poms, and the chicken.
That's cool though, she's got some creativity.
Mary wished he'd spend more time with her, and less with his dead friends.
What about Mum? Is Mum in the picture?
Her mother had told her she was an accident. How could someone be an accident?
She doesn't quite know what that means. Yeah, it's a very dark world through a childlike lens, isn't it?
Grandpappy Ralph had said it made his nipples.
Wow.
Mary missed him and often wondered why he had drunk ammonia.
Wow. Okay.
Vera Lorraine Dinkle.
Hey, Mum is here.
And her main ingredient was always sherry.
Yeah, a lot of alcoholism here, and that's why she's always wobbly.
She told Mary she put things up her dress to save on plastic bags.
Yeah, save the environment, you know? The Greta Thunberg of her time.
Ooh.
Mary stopped daydreaming and went and fetched her pet.
We got this one big pop of colour with a little hairband there, or hair clip.
She named him Ethel.
Oh, and her ring's changed. I didn't see what red meant, I only saw what the grey meant that she had. Oh, all the way in New York. But New York's black and white. Gunshots immediately, okay. That's how you establish this America. It's more international than I was thinking, you know. I knew Adam Elliott is Australian, so I thought they'd all have Australian accents, but narrator's English, and now we're in America.
Horowitz also watched the Noblets.
Okay, here's Max. They're both like the same show, yeah.
Max's small television had picture, but no sound. His big television, sound, but no picture.
So combine them together, you've got the full lot.
And also because they had oodles of friends.
They both just want friends, yeah. And he's got the official toys.
He wondered if he should go to bed and count sheep, or have one more chocolate hot dog.
A chocolate hot dog.
It had been 6 hours and 12 minutes since Henry VIII had passed away.
Okay. Ah, probably the one friend he had.
Tomorrow he would go to the pet store and get another Henry. Henry the Ninth.
He's been through a few then.
They drank a lot of cola. Maybe they found them in cans. But no, they wouldn't fit through the hole.
Yeah, of course.
She would write to one of the Americans and ask where babies came from.
Wow. Oh no. Oh, she's caught.
And I am 8 years old. 3 months,
It's the first time we've heard her voice.
followed closely by chocolate.
They both like chocolate and they both like Norbits.
He doesn't lay eggs, but will one day.
Oh, he's gonna lay some eggs, will he? Okay.
P.S. I hope you like the chocolate bar. I'm also
Oh, sending some chocolate too.
Goodbye, Leia.
Yeah, there's these few big pops of red east in Australia where everything's brown. You can really just see all the details, all of the fingerprints on him and where the clay's been folded and things.
Max hated Thursdays, the day of his weekly Overeaters Anonymous meeting. And tonight...
Overeaters, okay, yeah. He was struggling there to walk.
Eating chocolate was breaking the rules.
And she sent him some as well.
Because of Marjorie Butterworth's strange glances.
Okay, yeah. There's some pops of red here as well.
Flirting was as foreign to him as jogging.
Okay, yeah. Just not understanding at all.
Max found most people very confusing.
Not good at social interaction.
He read Mary's letter.
Okay, so some of the colour comes through, yeah.
Did what he normally did whenever confronted with something new and stressful.
It's quite routine focused then, yeah. Okay.
Max's fragile existence had once again become unsettled.
Happened with Henry VIII and then with the letter. Love the editing there, yeah. The rhythm to it. Oh, and a little shot of his ass crack as well, just for good measure.
Firstly, I will answer your question.
How's he gonna word it? Where do babies come from here?
I asked my mother when I was 4, and she said they came from eggs laid by rabbis.
Okay.
They're laid by Catholic nuns. If you're an atheist, they're laid by dirty, lonely prostitutes.
Completely different, yeah.
My father left my mother and me on a kibbutz. She shot herself with my uncle's gun when I was 6.
Wow, he's been alone ever since.
My psychiatrist says I don't need him anymore. So he just sits in the corner and reads.
He's still here though. Just off to the side.
Butts are bad because they wash out to sea and fish smoke them and become nicotine.
They become addicted, yeah.
That a proven God is just a figment of my imagination.
Oh, just like his friend. Getting into some deep stuff here, yeah.
A frisbee is a circular plastic disc that people throw at each other,
You can see his hair slowly going over time.
but it does not come back.
Frame it in a way she'll know it's like a boomerang that won't come back.
My 5th job was as a garbage collector. I got to clean up.
Oh, he's got the Krusty the Clown haircut now.
I was a member of the New York Science Fiction Fan Club. They said this didn't count. I did not remember to tell them I was once a comic.
Wow.
When I was 9, a crow attacked me on my way to school.
He's really just letting it all out, isn't he? All his thoughts.
I now wear a helmet with eyes I have painted on.
To scare them away.
People often confuse me. New York is a very busy and noisy place.
The scary place, yeah.
I don't like crowds, bright lights, sudden noises, or strong smells.
And New York is full of that, yeah.
Even though I have not told you about my 7th job in a condom factory. Right back soon. Your American friend.
Leave it at that. Hope she doesn't know what they are.
Please find and close the photo from one of those booths.
Will he send some chocolate or some sweets over to her as well?
PPPS. I have never used a condom.
Okay, wow.
Max hoped Mary would write again. He'd always...
It'd be quite a time between, wouldn't it? Oh, there we go. Got it perfectly.
Vera was not impressed.
Mum found out, especially with the comments about the condom and stuff.
Hey, this nutcase was going to be her daughter's pen friend, she thought to herself.
Okay, she'll have to find it somehow though. And it is clear, you know, he doesn't really know what he's doing is inappropriate.
Bags to pick up.
There we go. Yeah, she had to get it.
Mary, is that old rubbish?
Yep.
I do love this song. This song's really great. I'm sure I've heard it before, though. I don't know if it's just, you know, sometimes people use songs from movies in video essays and things like that, or it's been used in other things, or it's from something else. It has this real childlike wonder to it.
Mary drank his words like a bowl of alphabet soup.
Yeah, really engrossed.
He's scared of outside, which is a disease called homophobia.
Wow. Okay.
Do you get the noblets in America?
Ah, there we go. That's that big connection with noblets.
In your letter, you said you had no friends. Well, neither do I.
Well, they've both got one now.
And Mum couldn't thread a needle because she'd been testing the sherry.
Oh,
Pecks instead.
I wish I'd paid more attention to the mood ring bit. How mood ring was black there.
I better go now. My tears are smudging.
Oh, wow.
Can you help me?
Yeah, wow. Bringing some colour into his life. Yeah, of course. Most of it will be mouldy. Oh, okay. Yeah. Does that make him want to help her out even more?
He coped in the only way he knew.
Find a corner and eating chocolate hot dogs.
You will be in charge of all the chocolate. This, of course, is a lie. I do not like lies.
But it's something that will get you, yeah, stop the
I
teasing.
wish I'm in charge of all the chocolate. But of course I cannot. Because of my atheism.
Oh, he just won't be there. The boy pops away, same as in the jury duty.
People often think I am tactless and rude.
Of course, he often gets misinterpreted.
Maybe this is why I don't have any friends.
Oh, he's put some chocolate there to be like her.
I told Bernie Clifford I'll be in charge of all the chocolate in heaven, and he wouldn't get any. He cried.
Oh, that did work.
And I've got a job delivering pamphlets, so I can save to come and see you.
Oh, yeah. So she wants to go and visit him. I thought she would save up just to pay for all the postage.
Have you got a girlfriend, Max? Or some wives?
That's
Have you done sexy?
making him nervous as well.
And he'd had an appalling history of getting it all wrong.
Okay, he has tried before though.
A gift he was sure was appropriate.
Oh, it's to do with cats and she loved cats, yeah.
If only Mary had asked how a toaster works, or asked for an explanation of the chaos
Yeah, it's got a lot of knowledge on other things.
equation for love.
It's not as easy as maths.
And Max's brain gave in.
His brain gave in.
He was diagnosed with severe depression and obesity and spent the next 8 months institutionalized.
Wow. So obviously he hasn't been writing back as well.
Filled with anger, confusion, and self-loathing.
Yeah, I don't know the exact emotions that they align to, but obviously black and grey is bad and red is kind of good. He's just not there, is he?
Half of him wanted to write to her immediately. The other half didn't want to end up a mental...
Yeah, because if he responds, then she'll respond again. Oh. Is that something he could get sued for as well?
Luckily, his manslaughter charges were dismissed because he was
Okay.
mentally deficient.
He would have been held responsible if he was okay mentally.
New York Lottery, and these are tonight's winning numbers.
He just fully won, or did they come up in the wrong order? If it was too good to be true, dream sequence or something? Although the narrator did say it happened. All the chocolate in the world, of course, just as he wanted. But now people might try and take advantage of him for his money.
2 of his life goals had come true.
But not the third, of course.
Still had
Philippa Holes, the doctor, the dentist's name. Does he not consider Ivy a friend, though? That was one of his, goals as well. But obviously, Mary's going to be in the back of his mind
came up.
all of this time. Wow. Oh, Adam Elliott on the right there.
Mary had given Max a taste of real friendship, and there was just no...
Yeah, nothing else will scratch that itch.
She now saved for a different reason.
Oh. Get it removed, yeah.
One day, Mr. Ravioli got up, left, and never came.
Oh, okay. What does that mean for Max's mentality? Yeah.
And that it was time he wrote to Mary to reveal his true self, warts and all.
I think he's always been showing his true self whenever he wrote the letters, though.
While I was in a mental institution, they diagnosed that I have a new thing called...
Asperger's, okay, yeah. It was obvious he had something.
I find the world very confusing and chaotic because my mind is very literal and
Oh, yeah, we'll take one home, yeah.
there will be a cure for my disability. I do not like it when he says this.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like there's anything wrong with him. He doesn't need to be fixed.
I wish I could cry properly.
Oh.
I squeeze and squeeze, but nothing comes out.
Yeah.
Do you like the word kumquat?
And he just changes topic just like that.
Not much has happened since I last wrote, except for my manslaughter charges.
Winning the lottery.
Mary was thrilled Max had finally written and suddenly had a fabulous idea.
Okay, what's she cooking up here? Oh. Wow. Send us some tears so he can cry.
Max learned to read Mary's letters with caution, and at the
Ah, yeah. Take it slow so he won't get any more anxiety attacks when he's reading. And I guess eventually the letters become part of a routine as well, don't they?
Are there noblets in heaven? And if a taxi goes backwards, does the driver own...
There's some good questions.
How the latest Henry had died.
Yeah. Ooh. I had a fish that died a not very similar way. Got caught in a filter.
Each nourished the other, and as Mary grew taller...
Oh, quite a bit of time is... Okay, yeah.
Although Max found solace in Mary, he still found the rest of the world bewildering.
I wonder if they did meet, how it would actually go, how he would think, how the interaction would go, if he would not understand her still, like other people.
Why did they clear the rainforests when they needed the oxygen?
There's a lot of illogical things that humans do.
The grip of love had her by the throat.
How old is she now? In her teen years?
At 4:59 p.m. on the 8th of the 8th, 1988...
1988. It was 1976 before.
Dinkle attached his last string.
So it's been 12 years. She's 20 now, then. Ooh. Okay. Dad's gone then.
Noel had left Mary some money.
Oh.
Decided to go to university and study disorder.
Oh, so she could, maybe help Max out one day. Oh, she's finally getting it removed. Or a boob job. That was the other thing they offered there, wasn't it, on that leaflet?
Your mum's roses look fab.
Oh, thanks, Mary.
She looks quite a bit older there, yeah.
You've got dog's poo on your shoe.
Ah. Yeah, she's trying. But yeah, it wasn't always just about the birthmark. It'd give her more confidence, though.
I know love upsets you, so I won't go on about it. All I want to say is that love is obviously not for me.
Both feel unloved. They're chocolate, they're not actual ones.
And she coped in the only way.
With the sherry. She get mixed up with whatever that other bit was. Extra toxic, it said. Dying surrounded by death. Yeah. But yeah, Damien is still coming to the funerals and things. Stop relying on the ring to tell you how you're feeling and feel it yourself. Wow. Just like that.
Although all the guests were Damien's family and friends, I felt very welcome.
Felt part of something.
Poor Len. He's still struggling with his agoraphobia.
Oh, she's got it right this time now, though. Maybe for good reason. Something does always happen every time he walks out the door.
He even has his own pen friend who lives on a sheep farm in New Zealand.
Ah.
Mary? Mary?
Yeah, she knows what that is now.
Mary was bursting with self-esteem.
Yeah, finally found her confidence.
She did her thesis on Asperger's syndrome and used Max as her...
Oh, really?
Soon, publishers queued to print her...
With a photo.
And by her 25th...
Wow. How much does Max know about that with his photo on the front?
The very first copy of my book about your disability. And the hopes that we have to one day cure it.
He doesn't want to be cured, though, does he? That was exactly what he said before.
Come to meet and celebrate with you in 1 week's time.
Oh, is it not going to go well? Yeah.
P.S. Please find enclosed some chocolate-coated Swiss almonds.
She's got good intentions, but I don't think this is... Yeah, it's not right. Oh. Oh. Don't like this. His heart beats. We know the state of his health anyway.
But her excitement suddenly dribbled away, like a chocolate in the sun.
Oh, that's all that was sent. Oh, destroying all of them. Wow. Yeah. So she's not going to him at all then? She'll now get on the sherry.
Only an arm's length away, but as distant as the moon.
Only an arm's length away, but as distant as the moon.
As a horrible apparition began to haunt.
Yeah, she's becoming her mother. Yeah, and he's just got bigger over time as well.
Each day with strength and shame, Mary trudged to the letterbox in hope.
Okay, yeah, I thought the music sounded more positive at first there. Yeah, obviously she's lost all of that confidence that she had. Okay, yeah, it definitely is. Yeah, I was thinking, is this a remix of That's Life? And I wasn't sure if it was, but I think it is.
By the time you read this, I will be on a plane to New Zealand.
Oh. Oh, really?
To a minimum of $1 million as a stronger deterrent.
He doesn't have his M key, does he? $1 million. It's yeah, it means he can never write to Mary then. Ah. Yeah, it's all just compounding and compounding, and that's the last straw. Oh, he can't get out of this one. Oh. Yeah, he saw Mary in that for a second there.
Dear Mary, please find enclosed my entire Noblet collection.
Really? Sending all of them over. Oh yeah, you'll see that it's happy in the picture. Or just practice himself. Still doesn't quite get it. That's a bit unsettling still.
On the way home, Max sat to count the stars.
Oh yeah, look at the glimmer in his eye.
The world was back in balance.
Yeah. Put his pom-pom back on. And this will help Mary out too. Oh. Will this be the one time he actually gets out? Yeah. To help her.
What will I be?
Ah.
Will I be pretty?
And the parcels right outside. It crossed my mind when she didn't answer the door to the package either.
The future's not ours.
She's got a baby as well. Oh, but all the photos stay on the walls of her family around her.
Whatever will be, will be. The future.
She doesn't really have a mouth there though. She's singing, but is it her neighbour made one final actually, you know, got out to help her? Yeah, he finally did it. Okay. I could see that coming from a mile away, but it just, the car stopped at least. There we go. All in black and white as well.
You are imperfect. And so am I.
He's finally figured out people.
All humans are imperfect.
Yeah.
We can, however, choose our friends. And I am glad I have chosen you.
Yeah, choose what you can choose, change what you can change.
Hopefully one day our sidewalks will meet.
The black and white and the sepia. Oh, a whole year later, they finally meeting. Oh, with a baby as well. That has the same birthmark. How planned is this?
Max, it's us. We're here.
Is he here? Is he still with us?
Max had died peacefully that morning.
Yes, where he wrote them all from. Oh. Did he die with, yeah, happy face? So you can see he kept all the things. Oh, that's where he stored them.
You are my best friend. You are my only friend.
He started looking up at them. Yeah, of course.
Rolled from her eyes the colour of muddy puddles.
They've both got that bit of red on them as well. I was expecting maybe he would pan over to the bathroom as well, where he had his bucket list, and we'd see the make a friend knocked off as well. Okay, so that was Mary and Max. That was really great. The ending there, I feel like I could see it coming, but I thought one of them would die, but I wasn't sure who. Like, I had kind of in my head predicted what Mary was going to attempt there when she wasn't answering the door to the parcel. It crossed my mind. So it was more really the kind of dramatic tension of who was going to die rather than if someone was going to die. I don't know, just had it in my head. It felt like one of them was going to go. But I'm glad the way he did go was happy. It was looking up, reading all of these letters that they'd exchanged. Yeah, I did think it would maybe pan over to the bathroom, because on the ceiling there he had his bucket list and he had already crossed off 2, so I thought he'd maybe cross off his final one, but we didn't get to see that. We just saw all of the letters up there, and you really see this like whole lifetime here, which I wasn't expecting. I wasn't expecting the big time skips for Mary. You know, we see her from when she's 8 to much older, 25 at least they'd said, that they'd confirmed, and we see her go through marriage, go to university. It all happens quite quickly, but she starts off so naive and so similar to Max. And I had wondered earlier on, you know, obviously we find out Max has Asperger's. It was obvious from the start that he had something, the way he doesn't get along with people, doesn't understand people. And I thought maybe Mary would have something, but she doesn't. It was more just her naivety, just her age there. But she grows up and does go off to university, tries to cure him, which obviously very upsets him. And, you know, at the start we kind of have this very dark world, but we see it through these like childlike eyes. You know, we see this childlike wonder and curiosity from Mary, and it obviously makes all of the horrific things we're seeing more light-hearted, more comedic. There's so much dark humor in here. I don't know whether to laugh, to cringe, to cry. I don't know. But obviously at the start they're so similar without their friends, and Mary does eventually grow and, you know, achieve some things in her life, but what she never really does is get friends. It's only really Damien that she had, and marries him, and obviously that falls apart at some point as well with his pen pal Desmond. But yeah, the time skip wasn't where I was thinking this would go. I was thinking maybe she would go to visit him, or he would come here, and it would be wildly misinterpreted, because obviously he isn't aware that it's not right to be kind of writing to an 8-year-old and, you know, mentioning some of the things he had mentioned. And I thought maybe he would come over and try and meet with her, and obviously no one's going to accept that. No one's going to like that. They're not going to realize that he doesn't have any bad intentions. But that's not where we went here, and Mary lost both of her parents. But that's not where we went here, and we did get some of that obviously with Vera finding the initial letter, but the rest was all kept under wraps. But I think with how dark this is, the overall message is still quite good, and it's more positive. You know, it's change the things you can change, control the things you can control, and everything else you don't have to worry about things you can't control, you know. So it's surround yourself with good people, people that you love, with your friends, and how, you know, friendship can help you in this dark world. And it's a bittersweet note that it ends off, because obviously it's sad that Max has gone, but seeing the positives, and he's got his book of faces around his neck and he's looking up and he's smiling, so we know he's happy there. And Max was just so compelling, all of the letters, and, you know, he just spills himself onto the page. The second he gets the opportunity, he opens right up. And, you know, he said in one of the letters later on, he was finally going to tell her everything about the Asperger's and everything. But I feel like he was, even before, he was telling everything about himself. He was being honest with himself, wasn't he? And I just love the kind of ramblings, and, you know, they change subjects so easily, just go off onto one other thing. It's just a real insight into all of his thoughts, into his head, how he interprets the world. And maybe some of that is interpreted through the filmmaking, through the use of the black and white and the sepia. I was wondering as well, you know, there was that point where their paths met and they both came together in, you know, when he was just talking about the possibility of them meeting. And I was wondering if he would step over into her world and become not into colour, but into, you know, that brown of her world. But no, it didn't seem to do that, or we never saw that. And when she comes over, she actually comes kind of brown. It's not just like these two places are coloured this way, there's like a filter over them. They kind of bring the colour with them in a way, and, you know, we get that with the pom-poms. She brings that bit of red, that bit of colour into his life. And the format of these letters, you know, telling the story through these pen pals, the back and forth was really great. Just, you see so much of their perspective on their worlds, you know. And I think even if you don't have Asperger's or depression or anything, there's still things people can definitely relate to here, you know. It's true, even if you don't have any of these, that humans are difficult to read, hard to understand. They're not like maths was with him, where it's just a puzzle that you can easily fix and there's one right answer. It's way more complicated, and it took him a long time to realize that. And like when he accepted the apology from Mary, obviously she had all the best intentions there, but it was completely misguided, especially when he had even said before that he doesn't feel the need to be cured. He's happy as he is as an Aspie, as he said. Yeah, she had good intentions there, but it was just completely misguided, and she threw away all of that work, which is crazy. I don't know, you know, we never really get into it much, but I don't know the how much of that was communicated between them, that she was writing this book, or if it was just out of the blue and his face is just on the front cover there and he's caught completely off guard, you know. And there were obviously some really sweet moments. One of the ones that really stands out to me is her sending him his tears so he can cry properly when he's talking about how he can't feel his emotions properly and he can't cry properly. That's just heartbreaking. He can't, you know, convey his emotions. And he says, you know, he's happy on the inside, but his outside doesn't convey that. But yeah, the film was just really great. And although it was dark and sad, I think the ending was really poignant. They both were happy on the inside at the end there. They'd found each other and could be happy in the way that they were, you know. Mary tries so much to change herself, and she does gain some confidence eventually, but is it her true self? And you know, it wasn't always just the birthmark, it was everything else. She kind of blamed all her problems on maybe this one thing and thought when she got it removed it would help, and obviously it would boost her confidence, which would fix other things, but it isn't the end all be all. So yeah, I really love this. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to leave a like, comment your thoughts down below, and if you really loved it, be sure to subscribe so you can keep up to date on all future uploads. So yeah, thanks for watching. Catch you guys later.